guys, it's Katie here. Today we are going to be doing I'm having such a hard time thinking of a name for this, but it's basically like hot sweaty mess to daytime appropriate, daytime presentable, something like that. So this is for when you are at the gym and you're going before work or you're going after work and you have some place to be right after. This is just an easy, quick way to go from like this to this. So, you know, when you're sweaty and your hair is wet and you just need to look presentable, this is a super easy way to get there. So if you want to see how I went from that horrid picture a second ago to this, then just keep watching. Okay, so first things first, I just got home, so my hair is still really wet up in here. And so what I'm gonna do is go take a shower and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so now I just got out of the shower and put on some clothes and did a little self tanner. So if my neck looks really funky, that's why. But my hair is still wet right up in here. And I think one of the first things that I can really recommend when you're trying to like go to the gym in the morning and then go to work or do something after, date night, whatever it may be, is how you tie up your hair when you go to the gym. Now, if you are somebody who gets dents in their hair or like creases, kinks in their hair super easy, what I would recommend is like putting your hair up on top of your head as far as you can and then just twisting it around and then clip style. You can put the clip underneath and it will hold it just fine too. But I think that that helps a lot with, you know, not using a rubber band to hold up your hair and preventing creases in your hair. So that's not what I did though. My hair doesn't get super dented super easily. So I just put my hair up in a regular ponytail. I will show you. Just like so, like a big hot mess. I have bumps all the time at the gym. I don't care. Because my hair is long, I don't like it touching the back of my neck because unfortunately my back gets really sweaty and then my hair gets wet and then that's when like the frizziness comes in. So then I just take it and I twist it around and then you can use another hair rubber band or you can use a clip and just clip it back. So that way it's kind of like loosely twisted, but at the same time, you know, it's off of your neck if you have long hair. If you have shorter hair, you don't really have to worry about that, but what we're gonna do now is take it out and brush it out. So I always start at the bottom. Started at the bottom, now we're here. And then when I get up to the top, I don't really like brush down on the scalp. I just kind of like lift it up. So that way that sweatiness is not being like literally glued to your scalp, but yet you're still like brushing out your hair. So you see I have like some kinks right up in here, but we'll take care of that in a minute. So the next step is how you're going to get your hair to not be so sweaty and wet anymore and look fresh and so clean. So what I like to use, you can really use any sort of dry shampoo. For blondes, I would recommend this Batiste with a hint of blonde color, just simply because then it's lightening up your roots a little bit, because obviously your roots are going to get darker when they're wet or sweaty. So I think this helps a lot. If you are brunette, I would totally recommend the brunette version of this sold by Batiste. If you don't have any dry shampoo, a little trick is to just use some baby powder. I have done that plenty of times before, and you just use it the same exact way that you would use any other dry shampoo. Just sprinkle in like some baby powder up in your roots and then, you know, just kind of like, what's the word? Zhuzh it? I don't know. Zhuzh it out a little bit. Let's do this. And you'll see it gives like a lot of color, but don't worry, that will go away. And if you have lighter blonde hair than me, then you won't even really be able to see that. But I mostly just focus it like on this part of my hair and then a little bit at the crown back here. So now that you have all of that in there, you're just going to kind of leave it here for a couple seconds. And what that's going to do is really let it like soak into your hair. You can tie back your hair and then we'll go ahead and do the makeup and we'll come back to the hair in a minute. So this is just going to be a super quick, easy routine so that way you can get to the gym and get to work on time. And because I've been loving this stuff lately, I'm gonna start off with this primer. It's the Becca Ever Matte Poreless Priming Perfector. I talked about this in my last haul video, and I did discuss it last summer sometime. And I didn't really like it then, but now I'm eating my words because it's like a must-have for me since I do have such oily skin. And like I said in that video, you really just have to work in sections. So this isn't like the Benefit Professional where you can just like focus on your pores and then just kind of like push it in and out. You really have to like start on your chin, work that in, and then move around your face. Otherwise, it's gonna dry up and then the whole thing is just gonna be pointless to use. And then I'm going in with this Naked Skin. I am in the color 5.0 and a Beauty Blender. And then after we have that on, we're gonna go in with this Maybelline Instant Age Rewind just to conceal under the eyes and highlight the face a little bit. Once we have our under eye concealer on and have kind of highlighted the face a little bit, I'm gonna go in with just a couple MAC eyeshadows. Specifically, I'm gonna go in with Soft Brown and then a little bit of Naked Lunch on my lid. It's just going to kind of like brighten up the eyes a little bit, but I'm not going too crazy because this is a very simple look. Remember, we gotta get to work. And then we can't forget eyebrows. Now, I don't know if I told you guys this, but I've been using this, where are you? There you are. Been using this new eyebrow brush from Makeup Forever that has changed my life. Yes, I know that sounds dramatic, but what can I say? I'm gonna use this Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade, and I actually wasn't really like the biggest fan of this product until I discovered this brush because it's stiffer than any other brush that I've used, plus it's very, very thin, so you don't apply too much product. And with this Dip Brow Pomade, I don't know if you guys have used it, but it's very, very easy to overdo it with this stuff. So yeah, like I said, I would totally recommend this combo together because this brush just makes life so much easier. Now going back to the face, I'm really digging this Chanel Universal Bronzer. It's a cream bronzer and it is kind of pricey, but I mean, I've had this for about a year now and I'm just hitting pan right now, so it does last a pretty long time. And I just usually use this just to kind of like warm up my cheeks a little bit. I wouldn't necessarily use this as a cream contour, but I guess it would kind of depend on your skin tone. For me, it just is a little bit too warm for contouring, as you can see, but it does a great job of, you know, just kind of warming up the face a little bit. I'm just going to set my under eye area with this NARS Translucent Powder. I am really, I think, the only person in the world that doesn't sing the praises of this powder. I don't know, it just, for me, it does show up a little bit light. So it's fine for me, for my under eye area or any area I really want to like lighten up or brighten up, but for my whole face, I just can't do it. And then for blush, I'm going in with one of my newer ones. This is Plum Foolery, I believe it's called. Plum Foolery? Something like that. I will link it down below for you guys, but it's just like the perfect like peachy pink color, but not quite as bright. So it's great for when you're trying to go like a little bit more au naturel, because it's going to, you know, give some color to your skin, but not look too like over the top, if that makes sense. And then just as like a general highlight, I'm going to use Margin by MAC and just kind of like place that over it. It will add a little bit of color, but I like the shimmeriness in that blush, so it just gives your skin or your cheekbones kind of like a little bit of a glow without going over the top with like a highlight, contour, bronzer, blush, all that stuff. And now for eyeliner, I kind of go all over the place on my face. I hope that's okay with you guys, but I just feel like sometimes things need to set before you can start with something else. I don't know, maybe that's just me. I'm going to go in with this 24/7 Glide On pencil by Urban Decay called Twice Baked. When I'm going a little bit more like light with the makeup, like not so like, I don't know, false eyelashes, tons of eyeshadow, all that stuff, then I like to go with brown eyeliners because they're not quite so harsh. And then I'll just go in with a smudging brush and kind of smoke that out a little bit. And then I'm just going in with a little bit of the same eyeliner on my lower lash line just to kind of make my bottom eyelashes look a little bit thicker. And curling the lashes. I feel like nothing makes you look more like awake and lively than nice curled eyelashes. And then I'm going to go on with this Better Than Sex mascara. We're almost done. I'm just going to set my face here with a little bit of this Laura Mercier powder. I love this stuff, you guys. Like seriously, if you have oily skin, which you guys know I do, this just helps your face stay matte. It helps your makeup stay on and last longer throughout the day. I love it. Plus, it's more of like a natural color, so it's not that super white translucent powder color, which I like. And for lips, I am just going in with this Dior Fluid Stick. I am obsessed with these things. This is in the color 389 Kiss Me. They're just so easy for when you're in a hurry, you want a little bit of color and gloss on your lips. One step process here and you're good to go. So now let's do hair. That dry shampoo should have had a little bit of time to set in, but you'll notice that your hair is probably still a little bit wet. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to go to work with wet roots because that's just nasty. Then people start to judge you. So you're gonna take your hair dryer and put it on the cool setting. Hopefully you guys have a blow dryer with a cool setting. If you don't, just put it on the lowest hot setting so that way you're not like burning your already pretty much dried hair. You kind of want to go with cool so it doesn't really cause a lot of damage to your hair. Dry. And you can see, well hopefully you can see, I don't know, but it definitely doesn't look like wet and dingy anymore. If it does, you can just use the blow dryer to get it, you know, a little bit less wet, or a little bit more dry shampoo just to absorb up a little bit of that sweatiness, I guess. So as you can see, hopefully you can see, my hair still has a little bit of that curl to it. So now the last step is just to take your curling iron or whatever kind of styling tool you use and just touch up little pieces here and there. And another thing that I would recommend when you are going to the gym, like I said, this whole process kind of starts when you are on your way to the gym. You know, like how you tie up your hair, all of that stuff kind of ties into how this is all going to work out for you. So I love using headbands to hold back my bangs or little flyaways so that way my hair doesn't get in my face. However, for me, headbands really create dents in my hair or creases in my hair. So I don't use them unless I know that I'm going to, you know, be able to go home right away after the gym and wash my hair. But if I know that I'm going to work right after, then I will tend to just use like either bobby pins or, like I said, try to, you know, kind of tie up my hair as high up on top of my head as I can, so that way, you know, it keeps in any of those bangs or flyaways that you might have, but it's not going to create as many dents in your hair. I keep saying dents and I feel like that's not the right word. Creases? And another thing that I've done, I don't even know if I should admit this because it's kind of embarrassing, but I have actually just taken, like, I will pin back the, like, all of this hair, and then I will just wash this top part right here, because that obviously saves a lot of time too, and the top part is really the only area that you know, care about, I guess. At least it's the only area that I really care about. If you have longer hair too, I think that the bigger the curling iron, the easier. This is a 1.5 inch barrel, and it just makes it a lot easier to grab bigger sections of hair, so that way it goes a lot faster. So then you just part your hair, spray your face with a little bit of setting spray, and you are good to go. So obviously if I'm not talking you through all this, I mean, you guys can do this in like 10 minutes or so. It's literally just putting shampoo in your hair, or dry shampoo, pinning it up on top of your head, and then doing your makeup, and then going in with the cool shot on the blow dryer. And it really gives like a lot of volume up at the root, helps with the wetness and sweatiness that may be in your hair, and then you can go to work without people thinking that you're a gym rat. So here is the bottom of my hair. It doesn't look nasty, does it? Fooled ya. Thank you guys so much for watching this. If you have any questions, of course, let me know down below. If you would like, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter so we can chat, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!